Hey, this is Cruising with Ted here. I'm on the Oceania Vista. We're here in the Vista Lounge, and I have the pleasure to speak to our cruise director, Leslie John. Tell us more about your job and what your functions are on this cruise.
Well, it varies from ship to ship. Here on Vista, it starts very early in the morning with different activities. Those activities are planned a week beforehand. We do the entire schedule. So we have activities starting at 6:30 in the morning, going all the way till 12:30 at night. Everything from sporting activities to creative creative activities like dancing. We have an art instructor on board. We have a guest speaker on board. We keep the guests busy.
Okay. And how do you keep track of everything that's going on throughout the day? Do you have people that work under you to help coordinate it, or how does that work?
I have an incredible entertainment team, and part of our team actually are our performers on stage. So they do activities during the afternoon, and then many of them are performing that night. It's a great team and one that works well together.
And that's amazing. What is your background? Have you been cruise directors on other lines or in the hospitality industry before this? Or
I've been at sea for over 100 years, and it's a great opportunity.
Wait a minute, over 100 years.
Can you believe it? Yeah, I have.
Wow.
It's but I've been with Oceanic Cruises for 21 years.
Oh, okay, I got it. So
From the very beginning. Very beginning.
Wow, from the very beginning.
And it was a great opportunity because we had an opportunity to set the programs as they were going to be. And there are many cruise directors, many different styles, and it's a pleasure to have many of our guests that are on board Vista right now that were with me in 2003.
Wow. Do you have to do things off the cuff? Do you come up with, jokes as you go, or how do you develop your repertoire? Because you got to be active. This isn't a mass market cruise, so
right.
you don't have puppeteers on board and ventriloquists and stuff. I wouldn't imagine. I've seen some of the shows. They're quite spectacular.
Yes.
So how do you fit in with all this in the modern day world and make it all effective for this group of people?
Well, it's ever changing. Here on Vista, we have brand new production shows.
Yes.
With a very large cast, singers, dancers, musicians. We have great shows like Into the Night, which is an incredibly choreographed show with wonderful singing, very contemporary. We have another show called Anchor In, which takes place, this entire stage becomes a pub. And a lot of fun. And then a new production we have, it's called a Music Triangle, and it is a documentary in music. It is wonderful. We have many different shows, and then a great show called Headliners, which is also pays tribute to the great stars. We have guest entertainers that fill in other nights, and then sometimes we all pull together and create a show together, which is done that morning and performed that night.
You start at the day and bring it up.
Bring it up. And in the meantime, doing different activities, doing our regular scheduled activities.
What are some of the activities besides the stage shows and things like that people can find on board?
We have an artist in residence. First of all, we have the artist loft, where the artist in residence does different classes. Many times they bring on their own work, and you have a chance to create your own style of work under their direction. We have the Old Life Speakers Series, and we bring in a different guest speaker every cruise or every other cruise, but there's always one on board, and they present wonderful talks either on where we are in the region, or sometimes we have specialty speakers that will talk about politics or can talk about entertainment. Quite interesting. We keep the day full with activities.
Okay, well, that's really incredible. So with all this time you spent on board, what are the main differences? Let's talk about the beginning days of Oceania. What we had going in those days compared to now. Are there any major differences that you might want to talk about?
Well, there are traditional shipboard activities that everyone loves. Their shuffleboard, their ping pong, all is available here on Vista. I would think the main thing that has changed, Oceania is known for their food.
Of course.
And so we have to keep our guests busy in between their eating hours. And sea days, and even in port days.
Okay.
But we have ventured off into new and different activities, and also here, pickleball. We have a pickleball court.
That's right.
We have paddle tennis.
Okay.
We have the traditional shuffleboard and more. And then people love to play bridge.
Yes.
We have hosted
That's
bridge.
a big. Yep.
Hosted bridge on many cruises, and mahjong. The amount of guests that like to get together and play mahjong. This is all between them going ashore, going on tours, and taking advantage of the sun, which is probably one of the biggest attractions, especially during the Caribbean season.
Okay. Do you have any memories of times when you had to improvise, last minute things you had to fix, maybe technical problems, any times where you had to be the hero and the show must go on? Or
Well, sure, the thought the show must always go on. But yes, we can have illness within a cast.
Okay.
And the show has to be postponed. Also, if for some reason we have an unexpected sea day because we can't get into a port, then we have to rally very early in the morning and get a revised schedule and have it out immediately for the guests so they can follow what will happen during the day.
Okay. And what would you say would be like one of the most interesting things or amusing things that may have happened since you've been doing this job? Which I don't know if there are any, but that you can share with us.
Well, now you've limited it that I can share with you. There are so many things.
No, I know.
No, there are so many. I think the great thing with Oceania, and I said we have guests on board right now that have sailed with me since 2003. And,
wow.
I may not have seen them in 4 or 5 years. But the friendships that are built here, not only with our guests, but also with the crew, because the crew keep coming back again and again. So we have crew members that have also been here for 20 years.
Wow. And this is a new ship. It's the Allura series, correct?
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Well, we have the Allura, which will come out next year, and yes, part of the series. This is the first. The Vista is the first.
So what could people expect to see perhaps on this ship that may not have been available to them earlier? Anything?
Well, here on Vista, which may change when Allura comes out.
Okay,
but here on Vista, we have a new restaurant called Embers.
Okay.
Which is a wonderful restaurant in the classic sense of a New York style eatery. Has all the comfort foods that people enjoy. We also have, of course, Toscana. We have Polo restaurant. We have Aquamar Kitchen, which is a new health-based restaurant, which is on the opposite side of the Waves Grill, which is, of course, hamburgers, hot dogs, Reuben sandwiches, French fries, and more.
Okay.
But on Aquamar Kitchen, they have fresh squeezed juices. They have wonderful salad bowls, a lot of nuts, a lot of good, wholesome eating, and very tasty.
Great. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me, cruising
with
Ted.
When are you going to sail with us?
Well, I was just on the Vista.
Okay.
And it was amazing. It was the short cruise, it was the inaugural cruise. So we have to come back. It just whets your appetite. What would you like to say to people that maybe are on the fence or haven't cruised on Oceania or the Vista before? How would you like to welcome to come here?
We would welcome you, first of all, knowing that you love food. Yes. I have to say that because the food here is remarkable.
It is.
And to relax and to actually choose your desire of entertainment, meaning we have many guests, this is their destination. We're in the Caribbean now. We have guests that do not get off the ship because they just want to stay and relax and enjoy the pool. We have the Aquamar Spa, so they want to relax. They can pick and choose their entertainment. And when I say entertainment, activities, for them, they may just want to stay on board and read a book.
Okay.
And listen to great music. So we welcome you, and we look forward to having you on board.
Okay, and finally, let's look behind us. We got the stage behind us.
Yes.
What's happening here tonight on this stage?
Tonight we have a show called Curtain Up. This is our first night on board, and we have all the resident performers who come together, share their talents, and then the guests can see what they're going to see for the rest of the cruise. It's great.
All right, thank you very much. Give me a fist pump. All right, that's our cruise director.
Thank you, Ted.